Hi, I am Rosetta Mock, and I am the program assistant at our Eastern Wake Senior Center. And I teach the beginner jewelry class, and I'm going to show you today what we do. It's just some basic skills on how to make a chain link and connect them together with jump rings. And we make our own jump rings. I'm going to go through and I'll show you our tools. You're going to need, this is what we're going to need to start out. Two flat nose pliers. You're going to need two sets and one set of one flush cutter and one round nose pliers. We're going to make our round rings with this. And also we're going to need something to measure with, and I do have a bail maker. This is what I'll make the jump rings also, because I just really like them. And if you don't have strength in your hands, this makes it so much easier than. But you can, if you don't have those, we'll wrap the wire around one of these also, and we can make our jump rings like that. Okay. Also, I want to go through the wire. You'll need 18 gauge. Well, this is what we're using today. Copper is a soft wire, so we're going to use 18 gauge soft wire to make the jump rings. And the link we are going to make with 20 gauge copper wire. It's soft, very pliable, and it's inexpensive. It's good to start with, especially if you haven't done it before. So that's what we're going to start with today. And then our beads, we've got 6mm. These are really pretty beads. This is March's birthstone. It is, they're blue aquamarine, and I did get them from Amazon because I love Amazon. But anyway, Michael's has a big sale on all their beads right now, like 70% off. I went a couple days ago too. But anyway, these are beautiful 6mm beads. That's all you need. And you can get a bead board, but I just have a piece of felt just to keep everything from rolling away. But anyway, that's it for the tools and the things to start out with. We're going to make a link, our first link, and we're going to take the 20 gauge wire, straighten it out pretty good as much as you can. It helps warming it up too if you just run your fingers across it. And we're going to measure 2 inches. So you have a 2-inch piece of wire, and you're going to take these round nose pliers, and on one end you're going to make a loop. So put your wire in your pliers, and you don't want it sticking out on the other side. You don't want it to be sticking out at all. This will keep your little loops round. So then you're going to hold it real tight. With your other hand, hold the wire really tight, and you're going to curl. Oops, I lost the grip. You're going to curl away from you. Release the grip, come back, and curl away again until your wires are touching. See, it's touching? Then you're going to come back in. You're going to put one side of your nose inside the loop, and the one that's closest to you, you want it right below where they're touching. And keep your fingernail real tight there, and you're going to pull back with your hand, and that will center. Well, it opened it up. That's okay. You can put it in there and close it back up. So now you got a pretty little loop that's centered pretty well. I don't know if you can see that. So that's the beginning of your pin that you're going to put your beads on. And we're just going to do one bead to start out. Okay, so now we're going to put our bead on. And we're going to cut. We're going to leave a 1/2 inch. So what you want to do is make sure you're not sticking out on the other side. You want to keep it nice and round. and we're going to roll away, come back, and roll away again till the wires are touching, not past each other. And we're going to put this side of the plier right under where they're touching, and we're going to pull back, and that's going to center our loop. And there we go. We have a 1 bead link to put together. So we're going to make a couple of those. Let me make another one. I'm going to make 3, and you'll get an idea of what we're doing. And you have to be careful about the copper too. If you smash it too hard with your pliers, it'll leave a little mark in it. That one's still a little long. You can see that it's a little bit long. I'd rather it be too long than too short, because then you'll have to cut it for sure. Okay, so now we got our 3 beads. Our bead links. These are our bead links. So now we're going to make a jump ring to join them. And we are going to take our 18 gauge copper wire, and this is where we're going to use the tool. I'm going to show you with the tool, and then I will show you, I think these are going to be 8mm size jump rings. And we're just going to wrap the wire around and round and round until we get maybe 10 rings. Okay, I'm going to try to stop this wire where I started. We're going to take our flush cutters and we're going to cut. Okay, it's alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut every ring in the exact same spot. Yeah, I think a good flush cutter will make a big difference for them to stay round. And not squeeze the wire. Okay, so we've got enough rings that I can show you. It's open sideways. We only want to open them sideways and okay, these rings, some of them will have a point that we need to trim off. So now this is where you're going to need the 2 pliers. You're going to put both of your rings, 2 rings, your 2 links on 1 ring, and to close it, we're going to go sideways and push them together at the same time. And you'll kind of feel them click when they're close to each other. And if it doesn't turn out real round, you can always take your pliers and just gently mash it down, just gently. So that's how that would turn out anyway. That's a beginning anyway. You can always fix them later too. I was going to show you. You want good flat edges so you can put the link. So you join the ends together and it should stay round. So now we're going to put this one. You would join another one. Join another one. There you go. Okay, so now you kind of wiggle them back and forth. until they snap together. You can feel them. And there we go. It's a technique. It'll take practice. It will take lots of practice. But once you get it, and you know, everybody's is not going to be perfect and perfectly round every time, but it's a fun thing to practice. This is a good time to begin a good hobby. So this is a good time consumer. This is fun. It's really fun. And this is one I made for my son's wedding, and I just used 1 bead links, and I believe those were 6mm jump rings, and I also added an adjustable chain at the end of it, so you can adjust it quite a bit to make it hang just right on your neck. But I like to make it myself because you can adjust things like that. I had a scoop neck dress that I wanted to make it kind of short, and it was a fall wedding, so these were beautiful fall colors that I used, and I believe it was rose gold metal, rose gold wire that I used. Whenever you get your chain finished, you can always add a charm. You could take one of your rings and you trim the end off. The pointed end, which is I think both sides because of my cutters are good. Okay, so you take your flat nose and you would take this, put it in your charm. You could add the charm onto this link. Take your other flat nose, wiggle them back and forth, and you can feel them snapping together. Oh, that one turned out better. So then that's how you add the charm. So that's not so bad. You can use any link you want. You can use, any size link you want. You could use 2 or 3 links even, if you wanted. So that's how that's done. Thank you.